What is going on, my Atomic Auto Works friends? Guess what? We're working on the 2022 Street Bob. Now, it's a new bike and it's a cool bike, but it's not comfortable. Our customer is a little bit taller and the controls on this bike are really located in a weird position. So he feels like his knees are really bent up and it's strange, it just doesn't feel right. So he wants to go back and up, which is always a big challenge. And using the original seat, we're really not able to do that. So we're gonna start from scratch. We're actually gonna make a complete fiberglass seat pan. And if you look here, this monoshock deal that they're doing, this is a little bit better than it used to be. Most of the monoshocks are up even higher, which is a really bad position for your seat because this is where you sit and you don't want that up your butt. So this is a little lower, but there's a lot of sharp objects. So what we're gonna do is make our pan really low, as close as possible to this, and we're gonna utilize every available space so that we can get foam in there for comfort. We're also gonna lift him up and push him back, and that should give him a little bit better stance with his legs. So now he's up higher, his legs will be not as high up towards the tank and obviously back further. We don't wanna go too far back because if you start getting back here, you will get rear steer, and you don't want that. When you go around corners, your front tire lifts off the ground. Plus, he has a rear passenger that he wants to have on the back. So if you go back too far, there's not enough room for her, and it's good for him and bad for her. And if it's bad for her, it's definitely bad for him. So with that said, after that's done, we're gonna foam the whole seat up. He's gonna come up here and he's gonna test fit it. And we're gonna adjust it however he needs to make sure it's perfect for him. This way it's done one time. A lot of times we talk to people and we talk about how you'll go to a Harley dealer, especially up in Hartford Harley, these guys will tell me all the time. People come in there and they say, they buy a reach seat, they buy a different seat, then they buy a Saddleman seat, then they buy a Mustang seat, then they buy a Corbin seat. Then they have like $5,000 in seats and it's still not comfortable. And most of the dealers around here say just go to us the first time because we do it fit perfectly to you and we don't have to worry about you having to return it or anything like that because it's custom fitted to you and custom made exactly the way you want it. So that's how he found out about us here on YouTube, which is kind of cool because he started to go through that same thing to buy all these different seats that aren't going to work. And when he saw one of our videos, he realized, hey, this is where I want to go. And here he is. And we're dialing him in now. Once it's all fitted and he's happy and he just takes it for a rip around the block and he really likes it, from there, what we do is we actually design the custom cover however the customer wants. This one here, he says, you know what? He says he doesn't ask his tattoo artist how to, what to do on his tattoos. So he said the same thing with us. He says, if you're the seat guy, make him a cool seat and make sure you're happy with what you do and then he'll be happy with it, which is great, but it's also nerve-wracking because what if we do something ridiculously stupid and he doesn't like it? Then you get everybody in the world mad at you. But we'll make it look cool, and if he doesn't like it, we'll change it because we want all of our customers happy. We do this because we love it, not to take your money, so we always want everybody saying good stuff about us down the road. And that's it. We'll go take you through the whole process. You can see it, and at the end, you will be able to see this bike finish, and we'll see if he can ride it out for you, and you see a video of it. Right now, Rick's just trying to roll out all the air bubbles. Needs to see what firmer, lasts longer. It's not as important to, like when you're making a part, you have to roll the air out because it could blister. And then when the sun hits it, it'll bubble up and you'll actually see the blister and the gel coat. But with these, they don't really ever see any sunlight.
Right.
But you still want to roll everything out. This is just more for durability than it is for cosmetic. Okay, so now we have the seat foam. This is what we call very rough foam, and we have to tell people when we get to the stage, it's not about looks, it's about getting you fitted and functioning on the bike. Once we know where you sit and once we know you're comfortable, then we can make it look cool. We actually cut this all up. The customer already came. He sat on it last night and he's like, perfect. His knees were good. All the placement was good. So now we have the challenge of making this seat look cool, which is always tough because whenever you get a seat that's really wide on the side, it gets kind of wide on the side and it doesn't give you that cool look. But there's also form meets function, and if you can't ride your bike, you're better off having a thicker seat than not being able to ride it. So we're gonna make this seat look cool, and we're gonna end up shaving the back down a little bit, but because he has a rear passenger, we can't go too much because she wants to be comfortable as well. And that's it, time for the next step.